Okay, class, hopefully you did well in your quiz. Let's go ahead and go over everything. I know there are quite a few questions on the quiz, but there's going to be quite a few on the test as well, and so I wanted the quiz to be comprehensive. All right, let's get right into it. Blank angles are angles where the degree measure is less than 90. That's acute, A-C-U-T-E, acute. Use proper notation to name the line. All right, how do you name a line? You pick any 2 points on the line. So for example, XY, and you put the proper symbol over top like that. Now I could have also said line YX. I could have said line XZ, line ZX. So there's numbers of answers to number 2, which would all be correct, but it's 2 points on the line and the line symbol. Number 3, angles, blank angles are 2 angles where the sum is 90, complementary. It's like complementary angles. Use proper notation to name the ray. All right, how do you name a ray? You must start at the end point. So B, pick another point along the ray, A. It's the only point you had. If you had more than one, you could choose whichever one you wanted. But the B has to be first, and then the ray symbol has to be over top. And you got to have that ray symbol looking just like that, ray, BA. Number 5, blank angles are angles where the degree measure is greater than 90. That's obtuse. Number 6, angles are 2 angles where their sum is 180. That's supplementary. Go alphabetically. Complementary comes before S. Supplementary, 90 comes before 180. Don't get those mixed up. Complementary, supplementary. Number 7, angle ABE. Let me use a little illustration here. Angle ABE and angle CBE share a common vertex and ray and are therefore called adjacent. Adjacent is the only answer on that one. Adjacent angles. Number 8, blank lines are lines that intersect to form right angles. Perpendicular. Give me the name, not the symbol. Perpendicular. So name it. Number 9, lines are lines in the same plane that do not intersect. That's parallel. Number 10, blank is the distance around a polygon, while circumference is around a circle. All right, so perimeter. Don't say circumference, that's a circle. Perimeter is a polygon. All right, what is line segment PQ? PU, not PQ. PU, that's a good one. That is a chord. C-H-O-R-D, right? Its endpoints are points on the circle. Properly name a radius. You must start with the center point. You have 2 choices. From what I gave you, you could either say line segment CA or line segment CD. The C must be first, the A or the D second, and you must use the proper symbol over top. 13. A blank is the movement of a shape to another location, and the new shape is called the image. That's a translation. Translation is to move it to a new location. Number 14, for similar triangles, the corresponding angles are congruent and the corresponding, so notice the key here is similar. So corresponding angles are congruent, corresponding sides are proportional. Don't get similar mixed up with congruent. Number 15, for every triangle, the sum, adding up the measures of the 3 angles, 3 interior angles, is 180 degrees. 16, a polygon is a simple, means nothing intersects itself, closed, meaning it's not open, curve made of line segments. That's the definition of polygon. Simple, closed, curve made up of line segments. All right, 17 through 19. Notice it told us congruent. Therefore, angle C, third one, is congruent to angle Z. And so you can just have the Z, or you could have put the angle symbol in there. Either way is fine. The Z is what the question mark is. Number 18, line segment BA. B to A, I must go Y to X. It must be in that order, and it must have the line segment symbol over top. Line segment YX. Angle BAC. BAC. 213. YXZ. YXZ. 213, and again, the question mark is angle YXZ. Maybe you put the angle symbol again. You don't need that because the question mark were the 3 letters. Okay, number 20. So let me go higher here and focus on this one. 20, if now we're looking and we understand that that's the symbol for similar triangles. So similar triangles, all right. And so what do I have here? If triangle KNW is similar to triangle LPZ, then finish the proportion. Okay, so watch what happens. P to Z is the top, and P to Z are the second and the third. So I need the second and the third over here. So that would be NW. NW. Okay, oh, nope, I got to pay attention here to what I'm doing. All right, first, second. Okay, so first, second. So let me do it this way. So second, WKZL. That's AZL. See, I caught myself. And you'll do this as well as you're doing problems. How did I catch myself? Because the NW there. You got to see which way they made the proportion. So this is what we did, right? So we did the second triangle over the first triangle has to equal the second triangle over the corresponding side of the first, right? And that's how it was set up, and that's the order you got to follow. So ZL is the proper answer, ZL. Okay, 21. Again, we're told similar, and now we're going to find N, and we're going to use a proportion. As I told you, the easiest way, it's not the only way, the easiest way is to put the variable in the top left. Okay, N goes with what of the other triangle? Now, it looks like the 15, but I'm going to make sure. G to L, G to J, so D to S. Yes, it is indeed the 15. All right, stay on my left triangle. Now, notice this. I have 2 possibilities, the 9 and the 5. However, over here, the only one I know is the 8, so I need to go with the one that goes with the 8. So again, my left triangle would be the 5, goes with the what on the right, the 8. And there's my proportion. All right, and always easy to move these. Multiply both sides by 5 over 1. And this thing's not going to reduce. So just leave it as a fraction. 5 times 15 is what? 75/8. 75 over 8. If you change it to a mixed number, though you didn't have to, what 8 times 8 is 6, 8 times 9 is 72, so 9 3/8 if you went to a mixed number. All right, 75/8 or 9 3/8 is the value of N. 22, here, let me use my shade, focus a little bit more. 22, give the measure of angle GFE. Do not use your protractor. What I want you to notice here is the straight angle. And the straight angle is 180 degrees. If this angle used up 42, what's left will be 180 minus 42, or 138 degrees. Only answer. Do not use your protractor on a problem like this. You're simply using the geometry. Same thing on this next question. So on this one, we notice we have complementary angles. Therefore, we know the 2 of them add up to 90, right? This is a 90-degree angle. See the symbol? So therefore, this one has to be 90 minus 52 degrees. And what does that leave you? 38 degrees is the only answer to that. Again, do not use your protractor. You are to use geometry. You are to use the fact that they were complementary angles. All right, same idea here. Notice we gave you now adjacent angles, and we said together they equal 126, right? The JKP. So this right here is 126 degrees. So how do you get this one? Take the total and subtract from it the 78 degrees of the other angle. So what is that? 22 and 26, 48 degrees. 48 degrees is the measure of that angle. By the way, I'm doing all these in my head, and I'm trying not to take a ton of time and make a real long video. So hopefully my in my head math is correct. If not, you'll understand. Okay, matching. So we got parallel lines and a transversal. All right, so let's go through angle 1 and angle 6. So just to be clear, here is angle 1 and here's angle 6. Ah, do you see the vertical angles? Those are vertical angles, and that would be F. 25 is F. All right, 26, 8 and 6. Again, I'm going to highlight them. Here's 8. Here's 6. Notice how they're on the same side of the transversal, a blue line, and they're both above. That's the definition of corresponding angles. And again, if the lines are parallel, and they are, they would be congruent. Corresponding is A, so 26 is A. 27, 3 and 4. All right, 3 is there, and 4 is there. Do you see the straight angle right there? So what are they? Supplementary angles. That's E. All right, angle 2 and 7. 2 is there. 7 is there. Do you see how one's on one side of the blue line, the other's on the other? And do you see how they're in the interior of the parallel lines? So that's alternate interior angles, and that would be D. And then we have 4 and 5, angle 4 and angle 5. Okay, again, one's on one side of the transversal, the blue line, the other's on the other. This is on the outside of the parallel lines, and this angle is on the outside, and that gives us alternate exterior angles. Alternate exterior, and that would be B. So FAE, DB. What's next? Is the shape convex or concave? Remember, I told you the easiest way is the cave, a cave-in. Notice how that side right there is caved in. This is concave. If a polygon is not concave, caved in, then it would be convex. Something that is not caved in is convex. All right, use the formula to find the measure of angle T. So I have it in blue here, and I'll make it a little bit clearer. There's angle T. Now right away I notice this. I notice the shape is regular. How do I know that? Because all the angles are marked congruent and all the sides are marked congruent. So first off, I need to figure out the total number of degrees inside my shape. So I have to figure out how many sides. So I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is a hexagon. And if you remember, to get the total amount of degrees inside, you go the number of sides or angles minus what number? Do you remember? It's a 2, right? And then times what? 180. Why? Because again, you could break this thing up into triangles and add up all the angles. And notice you get 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles, right? 6 minus 2 is 4. All right, 4 times 180. Punching this in my calculator is 720 degrees total on the inside. But because all 6 angles are the same amount, if I divide by 6 because it's regular, I can figure out the degree measure of each angle. So 720 divided by 6, and that is 120 degrees. Again, you should not be using a protractor here. You should simply using math and the formula to figure that out, right? Okay, coming down to the last back page here. Oops, I need to go lower here. Okay, so use the circumference of the, if the circumference of the circle is 18.84 inches, find the radius. Okay, and use 3.14 for pi. So I need a formula. And I want the formula that involves the radius. Circumference equals 2 times pi times r. And I'm just going to sub in circumference, 18.84. 2 is a 2. They said use 3.14 for pi, and that'll be times r. All right, so what's 2 times 3.14? It's 6.28. Divide both sides by 6.28. All right, so let me punch in 18.84. I think I know what this is, but I'm going to make sure. Divide it by 6.28. The 2 times 3.14, right? And you get 3. And do I have any units? Inches, right? So 3 inches is the radius. If I ask for diameter, it'd be twice that amount, and it would be 6 inches for the diameter. Okay, what else? Oh, perimeter. So I've got to find the distance around the shape. So I know it's going to be the 7 plus the 26 plus the 6 plus the 1 plus the 5. Don't want to miss anything. Plus the 6 plus the 6. Uh-oh. How much is that? So the only tricky part here is this last number that we need, we have to figure out. Okay, how do you figure it out? Let me be clear, it's from here to here. Now notice, they already told me from here to here is 6. From here to here is 1, right? 7. So, and the whole way is 26. So this side right here is going to be the 26 minus the 7, which is 19. Okay, let me add all this up. 32, 33, 40, 51, 57, 67, 76. All right, I did that fast. I hope I didn't mess up my numbers there. I believe that that is 76, and we're not given any units, so 76 units. Again, make sure you can do a problem like that. They're all similar, and hopefully once you learn how to do one, you're able to do that for all. All right, 34. If lines A and B are parallel, and the measure of angle 8 is 65. So angle 8 is 65. So right here is 65 degrees. This angle right here, 8, right? Find the measure of angle 1. So I need this angle up here. Okay, I have numbers of ways to go about getting this. But it's going to involve some aspect of supplementary angles to get there. So I'm going to go this route. You see that straight line? Do you see that 8 and 7 are supplementary? They add up to 180. So 7 must be 180 minus 65, or 115 degrees. Do you agree? I hope you do. Now, notice how 7 and 1 are alternate exterior angles, and therefore they're congruent. So 1 must be 115 degrees, right? 65, 75, 80, yes, 115 degrees. That's the way of thinking through those. That's about as hard as I can get it. Oh, we got a matching. All right, pay attention to matching. Notice choices can only be used once. Okay, so I got to be careful here. Isosceles. Got to know my definitions. This is a polygon with two congruent sides. So a triangle with two congruent sides, that's this one, that's K. Isosceles is K. Trapezoid, a quadrilateral, four-sided polygon with one pair of parallel sides, only one pair. So that knocks out a lot. There's one pair of parallel sides. See this side here, parallel to that side there. There's the trapezoid, the quadrilateral with one pair of parallel sides. Now, I got to be careful here. Parallelogram, there are two of them. I'm going to use my green here. That's a parallelogram, and this is also a parallelogram. So there are two given. Which one should I use? Well, let me go to 38. A rhombus is a parallelogram with four congruent sides. So out of D and G, which one is the rhombus? G is the rhombus. So you had to use G for the rhombus. Therefore, now I can use D for the parallelogram. All right, scalene, that's a triangle with no congruent sides. Notice the one arc, the 1 mark, the 2 mark, the 3 mark. So number 39 is the scalene. I've got one thing left, a regular polygon. Oh, okay. All angles are congruent. All sides are congruent. That would be F. KAD, G, B, F. All right, we're almost there. I think we got just the bonus left. Yeah, awesome. All right. Use your protractor to accurately make a 76-degree angle with the vertex at point V. Okay, let me grab my protractor. All right, I think it's all the way up the top. It is. All right, let's bring it down. Whoops, shrunk it. Honey, I shrunk the kids. All right, bring it down, bring it down. Bring it, actually I need to shrink it now. Let's make it smaller right there. Okay, good. All right, remember, line up that center point. A lot of protractors have a hole. And I can get it a little bit better. It looks like right about there. And bring this side now. Oh, I moved it. Dude. Nope. Not where I want it. Nope. Nope. It's hard to move electronically and get it right. Okay, close enough. I got to be careful here because you guys are going to want the answer. And now I need to slide it, right? I need to get that blue line with the yellow, with the green dot in line with my ray, right? Right there. See, it's not quite in the right place yet. Don't like it. Gotta be right about. Nope. So much easier to do it with a real one. Okay, close enough. And I'm now reading the scale of inside, right? Because you start at 0 here. And I got to go to 76. So watch. This is 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I'm reading the inside scale, right? I would circle it, but if I try to do it, my protractor will mess up. So 60, there's 70, there's 75, so I got to go one more mark. Right there is 76. And now the tough part is I'd have to get a straight edge. So mine's not going to look pretty because I can't do a straight edge on here. But I got to take this point now. Here, I think I can do it this way. Yeah, take this point here. No, give me that. Yep, and line it up with there. And take this point there and line it up with there. And just to be clear, I'm going to put my 76 degrees in there. All right, so your angle should look about like that. All right, that's the quiz. Again, I know a lot there, a lot of terminology. So you got to go into it, reviewing your notes. That's the key. We've got it all. I hope you do well on the tests to come. And again, email me if you got any questions. Be glad to help. Don't forget, www.afterschoolhelp.com. It goes specifically with our BJU curriculum, and it will help you out, even if perhaps I cannot. All right. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great test.